Hey guys, welcome back, and today let's talk about the 10 things you need to know before and while you're in Cambodia. Now, Cambodia is an extremely small country, but it has a lot of history and amazing people. What more could you want? Besides great weather, because it has that too. So anyways, let's get right into it. Where do you go in Cambodia? Now, Cambodia has 4 major cities, and I use the quotes because they are and they aren't cities. The first one, of course, is Phnom Penh. That is the capital of Cambodia. The next one is Siem Reap, which, if you're watching this video, is probably why you're going to Siem Reap. You're probably going to go see Angkor Wat. But let me tell you, there's more to Cambodia than just Angkor Wat. And the next place is Battambang. I have never been there personally. I really wanted to go while I was there, but it's a little bit off the beaten track. And there's also Sihanoukville, which of course is by the coastal area. Once again, beautiful, 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 beautiful. And now, what time of the year should you go? Now, once again, Cambodia is like hot all year round. It just is. So you're really going to be going based upon monsoon season, whether it's wet or whether it's, not just whether it's hot or cold, but whether it's wet or dry. Now, the shoulder season in Cambodia is from July to August, and that is roughly when it's the most wet, it's the most humid, but it's when it's going to be the most beautiful. It's going to be the most green. You're going to see so many different things, and it's going to be like plants. I mean, I saw plants I've never seen before, and also plants that I'm very scared of as well. The high season is from November to March. It's much more temperate this time of year, and there's also a peak during Christmas and New Year's because that's when people are coming over for vacation or whatever. And then of course the low season is from April to June and September to October. Now, during this time it's really hot. It's like really hot, and it can be wet. So once again, you're gonna be wet the whole time, and it's gonna be humid the whole time, so hair up in a ponytail, not giving 2 shits. That's it. The next question is, what vaccinations do I need? Vaccinations in Cambodia are basically the same that I would say for Vietnam in my previous video. If you haven't seen that, please feel free to check out. But of course, you're gonna need your basic travel routine vaccinations, everything from typhoid to Hep A, Hep B, and you're gonna need malarial, anti-malarial medication. Talk to your doctor. I don't know about Japanese encephalitis. Talk to your doctor. Oh, did I mention? Talk to your doctor. That's all I can really say. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be a doctor. So talk to your doctor. How much money should you bring? So one interesting thing about Cambodia is that they do have their own currency. It's just not really used at all. And what I mean when I say that is that their largest denomination only is equivalent to the 25 cents in USD. So when you go to an ATM in Cambodia, guess what comes out? USD. Just make sure that none of the bills are crumpled. There's no obvious like terrible creases or tears because they will be rejected. And the other thing is you're gonna get change in real. That's just what happens. So if you go to a restaurant, if you go there and your meal is $5.50, you pay with a 10, they'll give you that 50 cents back in real. They won't give it back to you in USD. So make sure you try to get rid of that stuff before you leave the country, and you can bring as much USD as you want, or not at all, because you can, of course, get them at the ATMs. Next question is, do I need a visa? Yes, if you're a United States citizen, you do need a visa. You can get one on the border, though. So when I was traveling from Vietnam to Cambodia, I was able to get one right on the border, super fast, super easy. One great thing is you could also pay the bus driver to do it for you, which is what I did. And so did my boyfriend. And it was easy and quick. And they didn't spell my name wrong, which was amazing, because my name's really long, like really long. And even I spell it wrong sometimes. And that's about it. You're gonna pay, I think back then it was $10. If the fee has changed, I of course will let you know in my blog. So if you wanna click the links down below, you'll be able to see my blog, and it'll tell you more about getting a visa for Cambodia. So in Cambodia, they speak Khmer. So how much Khmer do you need to know? None, nothing, nada. I know nothing, I know no Khmer. I can't even read the alphabet. It was easy to get around, a lot of the signs were in English most of the time, and everyone practically spoke English. There's not, of course, to say that everyone there speaks English, but more likely than not, you'll be able to understand each other. I know plenty of times I pantomimed, and it was quite understandable. But if you want to learn Khmer, go right on ahead. Go for it. I mean, I really wanted to learn Khmer, but just never had the time to do it. yeah, so you don't really need it. So say you're in Phnom Penh, how do you get from one place to the other? Well, Phnom Penh, they have tuk-tuks. And these tuk-tuks basically is a motorcycle hooked up to a carriage, and it will drive you from place to the next. Arrange the fare beforehand and then pay when you get to the destination. I never really saw people, like in Vietnam, I never saw like people getting picked up by motorcycles. Tuk-tuks were mostly the way to go. And I never really saw taxis as much either. Once again, everything's really in walking distance, so like, don't be afraid to walk. I remember I was out really late, probably at like midnight at night in Cambodia, and I was perfectly fine. I of course was with someone, so choose whatever's good for you. So the next question is, how do you get from city to city? Now in Cambodia, because it's so small, they really don't have major buses that go from city to city. More likely you'll either be doing it by a minibus, which is basically you go, you pay, you'll find like minibus to Siem Reap, from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap, or Siem Reap to Phnom Penh, or whatever, and you'll get in the minibus and you pay for the minibus, and the minibus takes 2 hours, and you're there and you're done, and that's it. Honestly, it's super simple because the country's so small, you can get from one place to another really quickly. There is a train system, but a different kind of train system than what we normally think is a train system, that helps you to get to more farther out places. Never used them, can't say anything about them, but I've heard great and amazing things about them. So if you're thinking of going to places like Battambang, I know that they also go there as well. So moving on to the next question, and that is, how much do you tip? Once again, like I'll say, it's a personal decision how much you decide to tip in Cambodia and who you decide to tip. Your choice, you do you. Feel like you want to tip, tip. If you don't feel like you want to tip, don't tip. Some people expect it. That's one thing I did notice in Cambodia compared to Vietnam and China. Some people expected foreigners or locals to tip. Some didn't. Feel it out, whatever feels comfortable or right for you. I would say go with. And of course, the last one is, do you need a cell phone? No, don't need a cell phone. Never utilize a cell phone. There's internet everywhere. Same thing in Vietnam. If you feel like you want to, you can get a SIM card. I wouldn't suggest it, depending on how long you'll be there, and considering how everything's really close together, and considering how easy it is to get around. Your choice. You do you. All right, thank you guys for tuning in for this episode. If you have any questions, any comments, or you something that I didn't cover that you want me to cover, you have a country that you're interested in, please leave down in the comments below and I will get back to you. All right, bye.